Eidolon, the last of the Serpent Riders, is defeated by 4 unlikely companions. The Paladin, the Assassin, the Crusader, and the Necromancer. Months have passed, and a strange winter besets the land. Eidolon's minion, the Demoness, is troubled by the strange magic and comes out of hiding. The heroes, also troubled by the unexpected winter, return to Blackmarsh to investigate. They decide to return to Eidolon's lair. Meanwhile, the Demoness finds Eidolon's body missing and goes into his castle in search of the one who is responsible. The heroes catch a fleeting image of the Demoness disappearing through the hole in the earth. Gritting their teeth, they follow her into the darkness. Welcome to my playthrough of Hexen 2 Portal of Praevus. We are going to be playing as the new class, the Demoness. And we are going to be playing on the... well, I can't say this in every intro. She-bitch difficulty. And we're also going to be playing it through UQE Hexen 2. Now, the reason why I switched ports is because FTQW was a bit inconsistent and was a little buggy, at least the build I was using for my playthrough. And there were some graphical glitches, some gameplay glitches. This port is a bit more vanilla-esque, with more modern quality of life inclusions. A little bit more than Hammer of Therion, at least. So, with all that said, we are going to start right now, and the intro text for this startup will pretty much summarize what we just watched. After Eidolon's defeat, the heroes returned to their homelands thinking that evil had finally been defeated. Months passed with no sign of any trouble. However, one day, a strange winter suddenly overtook all of Therion. The heroes returned to Eidolon's lair to investigate the strange happenings. Upon their arrival, they discovered a large hole in the earth and the image of a Demoness disappearing into it. Gritting their teeth, they follow her into the darkness. And of course, we're going to be playing as the Demoness, so we're going to play through her perspective. So let's begin. Here we are in the little hole that was in Eidolon's lair. And before we do anything else, let's do some book reading. I made my way down the village well to find out why the water supply has become tainted. What I found was at once astounding and confusing. An underground castle sits inside these cavernous regions, and Eidolon's minions are about. Perhaps Razumen, back in the village, can shed light on the situation. Alright, let's go look for Razumen then. All while using the Demoness's first weapon, which is basically the wand from Hexen 1, but more projectile-based. Can be a little difficult to get the shot in, but once you figure out how the projectile works, you can aim it rather nicely. If you need a crosshair, you can probably use that. I won't judge you, but others will. Anyways, we're just gonna kill all these archers, go up this ramp, kill this Skull Wizard, and the spiders too. Let's deal with the spiders first. And of course he teleports around, but that's fine. We're just gonna let him do his thing as we get rid of the rest of these spiders and dodge the Skull Boy's attacks. Maybe pepper him a little bit. And there we go. Now this Skull Wizard was guarding 2 healing vials, and more importantly, the Spear of Order. Now that we have that, we can use it for something later. For now though, we're just gonna check around this part and kill this spider. And carry on. Over here, we went to flip the switch. And this will allow you to go into a tunnel later. However, we can't really go there now. We'll get to that later. In the meantime, however, we're gonna go back up the ramp and carry on through this part. Yeah, the spider's just hopping down there. We'll deal with them later. But we're gonna go through this part primarily. Jib this guy. Maybe jib the head. But when you're done with all that, you can grab the Glyph of the Ancients. Now, for the Demoness, this weapon is like a gas bomb. It isn't the most useful glyph compared to the Necromancers at the very least, but it can have its uses if there's like a bunch of enemies in a good spot. But whatever. You can also destroy it if you feel like it. Doesn't do anything. But let's go in here, grab the Crater of Might and the Force Cube. We'll probably need both of those. And let's make our way into this mess with this archer. Thankfully, they aren't throwing Mr. Horseshack at you at the very start of the game. But we'll deal with Mr. Horseshack eventually, I'm sure. Anyways, up here, we're gonna go up this ramp and kill these archers. Jib them too, just in case. You can jib their heads too, but no promises these guys will drop anything. But you never know. Maybe they will. Either way, we're going into here. And with that Spear of Order, we're going to put it right here. And watch this sequence of this room being built. And also the portcullis raises up. Now that portcullis was in the other room that we were nearby a little bit ago. But we'll go there later. We're going to go down here to clear out this mess. We also gained a level, how about that? Yeah, with the ranged attacks, you can easily get XP off these guys. And let's jump them too. There we go. Just like that. We're going down here for a specific reason. We're gonna fight this guy. Regardless of his teleporting antics. We're also gonna go over here, grab the amulet and the invisibility spear. Almost said invincibility, but whatever. Get rid of the spiders while Mr. Teleporty wants to teleport around more than this barrel. See what I mean? Then he pushes you. He gives you a friendly nudge. Alright, whatever. Going through the rest of that area just leads back to the start. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go back up here and go where the portcullis raised up. Because there's something important here. There is. The Acid Rune. The Demoness's first weapon. And there's also this wind tunnel. Now if you look here, you'll see a crack in the wall, but you can't really get to there unless you're like very sneaky, but we're not going to break the game. Because I think that does kind of break the game, because it gives you something that I think Was more intended for developers. Anyways, let's break this so we can get 2 quartz flasks. And yes, as you can see, we're up here now. But just to make sure, I'm gonna kill this spider. Because I want that XP. If you jump down here, it'll just send you to this portal, which will take you back up through this part. So, it's not really necessary. In order to get back up there with the tunnel, though, we're gonna have to go back up this ramp. Another thing you can do in UQE is wiggle around back and forth. It'll make you go faster. But since this is open, we're gonna go down the tunnel. And look, we're in the room that was built. And in case you want to go back, the portal should be there for you. But I don't really feel like going back. I don't think we really need anything. Unless you want to attempt a sequence break, which I don't think is possible in that tunnel since you can't really move around in it. Anyways, pushing that switch opens the bars to this. And now we can get rid of this fellow. You know, not get hit by red arrows right in their face. Instead, hit this guy in the face with the acid rune. Yeah, it kills him good. But when all's said and done, you can head towards the village of Turnabell, which we were going to do, but we're also going to call the video as we go down here. So stay tuned for the next one. Until then, toodaloo.